back on Gertie Rude, back again Wednesday afternoon. Well, here we are. It's Wednesday, and it has been, I can officially declare and announce, Wednesday all day. It has. Right from the moment I got up to this present time, we all know where we are. It's definitely Wednesday. However, what we definitely do not know, well, it's Barry Barrington's back, isn't he? At the weekend, the mainstream media was reporting that he was attending, letting it be known, to the general populace of the UK, that young Barry Barrington was going to be in Britain Tuesday onwards because he was doing his appeal for the security. He wanted the, elite security, didn't he? You know what he's like. Honest to God, he never stops moaning. So I think he must have got waylaid at Aldi or Lidl or something because something's happened. And it turns out he was absolutely not here for that at all, darlings. No, he was here about this news group. And you never guess what happened because we all know the story. He said that he didn't care. He's the bleeding knight in the shining armour, something or other that's going on. He had an old nag he was riding and he was going to ride it straight up to the courts. He weren't having none of it. And he said all these celebs, these A-lister celebs, he said they're not in a position, they ain't got a pot to bleed and pee in. But me, I've got unlimited fundiosis, I have. So I will carry on this quest myself, all alone, Sir Lancelot, like I might add. Yes, and nothing will deter me. Literally nothing. Until money was mentioned, and now he's settled. So should we jump in? Let's jump in and see what happened to this appeal-only whatever, summit.
His day in court. This was going to be his opportunity to make news group newspapers, the publishers of The Sun and the News of the World, finally answer questions about the unlawful activities that he claimed were being carried out by reporters and private investigators in order to obtain stories about him and so many other
unlawful activities around about the Barry Bleeding Barrington. My days, it's virtually the craze, Right, let's get on with it.
But what's happened today is that news group newspapers.
Every time I see that guy, I can't talk about weight, but this guy, he's the eponymous court usher, And every time there's a camera, it's his day, and it's his day. But if you go back on the reporting of this case, this poor lad, I don't know what's happened. But yeah, it just seems to have grown in girth, darlings, grown in girth. But he's there to protect the Barry Barrington, and to be fair, he'd only have to stand in front of him, wouldn't he? Barry's quite happy because he's away for the day, he's out for the day, like it is when you get rid of the narcissist for a day. But they've got you on speed dial, they're literally ringing and texting you every second of the day to see what you're thinking, what you're feeling, who you're talking to, what you're looking at. That's what's going on here.
And him, the apology that he has wanted.
It's me, I've got some money, I've got dosh.
Never been about the money, as he has always said. Financially...
It was never about the money financially, people out there in VTube world. It wasn't about the money, but it is now about the money.
Was always potentially set to lose out. They were offering him settlements clearly in the run-up to this trial. He was refusing them. But he knew that even if he won this case, even if he won damages, he could still potentially have lost out financially because he would have had to pay his own costs and those of the opposition. But today...
that's getting awkward. Because he would have had to open his wallets and a load of moths would have flown out, wouldn't they? Yeah, that's getting awkward. So he was just holding out. He was holding out to the end of the road, And I think the end of the road was Court 1 in the Old Bailey today. Right, let's go.
As I say, news group newspapers have released what is this extraordinary apology. They offer a full and unequivocal apology to him.
Oh, it's all right then.
What they say was the serious intrusion by...
Oh, so about 30 years ago, something ruined his life, and now they said sorry, and everything's back to normal. Everything's fine. We can all go about our business. Not that we cared to start with, but anyway.
The Sun,
some of us never read those gutters
and 2011 into his private life, including, they say, incidents of unlawful activities carried out by private investigators. They also go on to apologise for phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information by...
so they're sorry about it, and basically that's it, it's all put to bed.
Journalists and private investigators. What is also very striking is they apologised to the Duke for the impact on him of extensive coverage and serious intrusion into his private life, so not just focusing on...
giddy bleeding aunt, this blessed man. My God, the serious intrusion. You're never off our screens, darling. You're never off our bleeding screens. You're never out making documentaries. You never stop. You're writing books. You're doing bleeding Lifetime movies. They're just really awful. Anyway, your missus, she's never stopped. Honestly, I'm sure she's got a GoPro. Yes, pointed at her from her headset, but instead of pointing out to the world, it's pointing in on her, isn't it? Let's have a look at every motion she's ever thinking, feeling.
Specific articles he was due to bring up in this case
so well,
would also say intrusion into his private life, as well as the private life of Diana, Princess of Wales, his late mother, in particular during his younger years. Right. And of course, over the years, we have heard consistently about the impact...
Right, so can I just stop you there? So what I've gleaned from this, all across the UK, all the taxpayers, darlings, what I can glean from this is, in fact, it now turns out and transpires that right from the beginning up until this present point, what we're all being treated to was in fact a vanity project, courtesy of His Royal Bleeding Muchness, the Barry of Barrington. Yeah? Because I wonder who pays for the Court of Justices? For two people, who could it be? Who could it be? Is it Charles? Does he put his hand in his wallet? Oh, is it the politicians pay for it? I wonder who pays for it? Oh, is it an up to now, undiscovered tribe deep in the Amazon jungle that are deciphering money, by PayPal, no less, to fund our courts of justice in Britain? I think we should thank that undiscovered tribe. We really should. Because I'll tell you who's paying for it, Barry, for your little vanity bleeding projects. The British taxpayer. You got people out here can't even put the bloody heating on, and there you are banging on about something happened, something or other. You're born into the royal family. You've been photographed since you were in your mum's belly, haven't you? Let's have it right, you were. Obviously not as much as William, but won't get into that. So yeah, I mean, they don't go on about that time they got poor old Kate topless, and all those photographs they used to get of Diana in her all together. Well, she had clothes on, but you could see her all together. Do you get me? Yes, I've seen a few of them in my day, and there's no stopping them. Once they used to get them long lenses, well, they're in your bathroom. They were in her bedroom once, they were. They were in her bedroom, they were in her gym. They were down her bleeding trousers. So that's what they do, and basically that's how it goes. Meanwhile, he was at Eton talking to foxes or having, mind control. Something was going on to do with the fox. Because that happened. And doing Aboriginal cave art. So, just trying to think who would have paid for Eton. Who would have paid for Eton? I wonder whether they didn't eat him at Eton. So, yeah, that's it. Well, it would have come from the royal family, but who pays for them? Who pays for the royal family? Let me think. Oh, it's all those old age pensioners that are now gathered round a candle trying to keep warm. You bleeding grifters. Anyway, so the good news is he's got a wad of cash. Well, I mean, it's not good news for him. It's not good news for us. But we know who it is good news for, don't we, Voodoo people? We know that a certain personage of the celebrations elite people, yes, Rachel Sparkle, she's going to have a whole lot of couture this summer. She is. She's probably going to have her sex kit and boobies redone. She's going to have some nips and pup. She's going to have a bum lift. She's going to have new cheekbones. I bet you she'll get some new turkey teeth. She'll go to Turkey. She will. They've got a what? Oh my God, I think I'm losing my mind. Anyway, stop.
That the media intrusion had on Prince Harry, the media intrusion that he said was carried out into his mother's life, and ultimately, he says, played a part.
I didn't know you could actually take a court case to court saying, well, this happened to me, but I'm doing it because she did something to my mum once. Actually, I've just been at the sticky end of that. And yeah, it don't work. So, not sure what this is about. I guess when you're in a particular income bracket, you're exempt from all those sort of precursors to justice or whatever, or law.
In her death. So, really striking that they mentioned Diana, Princess of Wales, in there.
Yes.
They also talk about how they apologise for the distress caused the Duke and the damage
there he is, as a lad.
on
boy.
relationships, friendships and family over the years. And also here, when it comes to...
If anyone tried to attack him, he could just throw himself on top of them, willy-nilly. That would be another court case then, wouldn't it? That would be someone else suing Barry for getting squashed at the courts of justice, you know. Oh, I shouldn't laugh. Mind you, we've got to laugh, haven't we? So that happened. He got an award. Taxpayers are lost out. I'll tell you who hasn't lost out. Sherborne. Isn't it David Sherborne? Because he was the one. Weren't he Elton John's do with the nice-looking lad he's with? What's his name? His husband. Furness. David, that one. Yeah. And Barry Barrington was there. Well, he would be, wouldn't he? It's a freebie. And I think he had the Megalite. So Sherborne was holidaying with them, and he got to hear all Barry's troubles and everything that was going on there, because probably Sherborne had lived under a rock and actually didn't know anything about Barry, a bit like Meghan. So there was two people in the room with Barry. Neither of them knew anything about Barry, you see. So Sherborne said, "Well, that's a terrible tale what you're telling me, all about your mum Diana and Lady Thingy Princess Wales, that one. It's awful, and that with Chelsea that left you because you're a crashing bore and ran off and married somebody with brains and is now an actual real lawyer with children. No, she left and she wouldn't have left you because you're like Marvelicious. She left you because of the papers. It was because of the papers. Well, nothing to... I don't know how that just doesn't, you know. I'm surprised even... Well, Mark clips onto a few quid, so she doesn't care what excuse he uses. Because most wives would be like, why are you taking somebody to court for breaking because you think they broke you up with your ex? Joe, most wives would. But not the Marklet. She's like, right, what's your angle? And is there some wads? And once those two things are, do you know what I mean, sorted out, it's game on. So, yeah, but I think Sherborne's won. Barry's won. Taxpayers lost. And everything's just going to go straight back and carry on as it was before. Ad infinitum. To the end of time. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. It's quite a sobering tale, isn't it, really? And if you're still sober at the end of this tale, I think you should go and grab a glass of ginger wine, or maybe a G&T, or whatever it is you lot drink. Stay off the terps, though, because it's like Stoptober, innit? Or is it dry January for terps? Yeah, you can't drink terps. You can drink anything else, but just not terps. So, let's go. I'm going to go like this and hope it works. You know me, it doesn't work. I have to keep doing it, and then it works. And I say, wherever you are in the world, have a lovely afternoon, morning, evening, good night. And you know I love you all, each of you, individually, you see. So take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye now.